So first of all, if I were asked to solve x minus 5 equals 2, I would add 5 to both sides. So I would do x equals, and then 2 plus 5 is 7. So super simple, basic. I've done that one a million times. The next one we would do is this one. I'm going to show you two different ways. I'm going to show you the way I would expect you to do it and the way that I want you to start thinking about it. So we're going to start. So probably when you see this, notice first of all, this is not a distribute. It is not saying something like this. So it's not this, because that's multiplication, this is subtraction. So it's not this at all. So first thing I would probably do on this one when I'm just looking at it is, I probably don't need the parentheses. I would probably just drop the parentheses because it's addition, subtraction. And then I would combine like terms by doing negative 5 minus 4, which is negative 9. And then I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So 2 plus 9 is 11. So this took me 1, 2, 3 steps to do. But I want you to start looking at the algebra differently. So here's a second way we could do this particular problem. I could treat this like it's a variable. So what's in parentheses? So I'm going to isolate that parentheses first. So I'm going to take that negative 4 and add it to the other side. So I'd have x minus 5 equals 2 plus 4 is 6. And now I'm going to isolate the x, now that I've isolated what was in parentheses. I'm going to take the 5 and add it to the other side. So I'd have 6 plus 5 equals 11. And notice I was able to do that in 2 steps. So I want you to kind of start looking at it in a different way. Okay? The rest of this video is going to be what I recorded in class. Okay, let's talk about how your brain decided to do that, and then we'll do it the Mrs. Ballard way. Or at least what Mrs. Ballard needs to teach you for Monday way. Okay? All right. When you see that 2 on the inside, you have been trained since middle school to do what? So instinct tells us to distribute. And I usually say that when we're doing these problems. Instinct tells you to distribute this in, because you have done that so long, it's so hard to get that out of your brain, right? All right, so we get 2x. What do you get after that? Negative 10. So 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 equals 2. Okay, now we're back to two-step equation, right? Please make it harder, Mrs. Ballard, right? On a Friday? No, we don't want it hard. All right, what do I need to do with the 10? Add it. So what is 2 plus 10? 12. Now what? Divide by 2. What do we get? 6. So 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Think we can eliminate a step? Okay, let's try it Mrs. Ballard's way on the right side. So everybody do it with me, okay? Let's treat this guy here like it's a variable. So leave it alone until we get everything off the parentheses. Okay, so don't touch what's inside. Don't distribute in until we move the stuff, okay? What operation is right here in between the 2 and the parentheses? Multiplication, good. We didn't say distribute. The tool we can use is distribute. The operation is multiplication. How do we undo multiplication? We divide. I'm going to show the step. Normally I wouldn't, but I want to make sure you're understanding. Because these 2's would cancel, right? They go away. So I get x minus 5 equals, what's 2 divided by 2? 1. What am I going to do to move the 5? Add. Okay. What's 1 plus 5? 1 step, 2 steps. Kind of nice, right? Okay. A different way to look at it than what your instinct has been trained to do for so many years. Okay. That's part of my job, is to try to get you to start looking at that algebra a different way to make it maybe easier. Because remember, I'm trying to get you set up to go to calculus next year. That's the goal. Okay. You don't have to, but that's the goal. Okay. All right. Let's look at, we're going to go another one. Here's the next one. I want you to try it the Mrs. Ballard way, not what your instinct says. So treat the parentheses like a variable like we did on the last one, and move it like it was 2x minus 4. See if you can do that. Just try it. Okay? Try it without distributing. All I expect is an attempt. Okay. Let's try it the Mrs. Ballard way together. Okay? All right, I'm going to do it with you this time. On the next one, I'll have you talk to your table partners, okay? So, I am going to pretend like that's a variable, as if I was going to do the problem 2x minus 4 equals 2. So look at what I wrote above. That's what it's going to act like, is that one on the top, a two-step equation. Okay? Which one am I going to move first? The 4. I want to move the stuff that's not by the parentheses first, right? Not distribute into the parentheses first. Okay? So I'm going to move the 4. So I'm keeping the 2 and the x minus 5 equals, I'm adding that over. So what's 2 plus 4? 2 plus 4.
6.
There we go. 6. Okay, so I'm keeping this guy right here. I don't want to pretend like it's an x. Just an x by itself. What do I have to do next? Divide by 2. Instead of distribute in, we're going to try to divide by 2. Because we're trying to do less steps, right? So I've got x minus 5 equals, what's 6 divided by 2? 3. Now what am I going to do? Add 5. So we have x equals, what's 3 plus 5? 8. You know what else happens when you use less steps? You make less mistakes, right? Because I didn't make a multiplication error distributing in. Because that's the other thing we got to catch is some of those errors. Any questions on what I've done so far? Okay, if you don't understand, you got to ask. Because remember, there's 40 of you, 1 of me. Okay, I can't read everybody's minds. Okay? All right. Let's try another one. I want you to try it on your own first. Let me get this. Okay, on your own first. Try that one. Okay. Oops, sorry, not that one yet. Woo. Oh, y'all got scared, right? No, not that one yet. We'll work up to that one, okay? Try that one. You can do it. I know you can. You got this. Remember, treat the parentheses like a variable, like it's just its own x. Move everything off the parentheses first. Okay, check it with somebody at your table partner, please.
That's like I said.
I think it's easier to use the algebra.
That's it.
Wait,
how do you start?
don't
Some of us got offered that to freshman year. They never called anybody else.
Yep. Then the next thing I want you to do is all right, let's take a look, see how we did. Okay. All right, so first thing I want to do is pretend like the x plus 3 is just its own variable, right? We're not going to touch that, right? So what do I need to, which number gets moved first? 6, because remember, it's acting like this. 4x plus 6 equals 22. I don't want you to switch it to an x, but if you need to write that down to visualize it, that's okay. Okay? All right, so we've got to move the 6. Right now it's under addition. How do I move it to the other side? Subtraction. Good. So what is 22 minus 6? 16. If you need to still do this, that's okay. I'm not writing that down. Okay? But if you still need it, that's okay. Just you and me looking at it. Okay? All right. We're still not touching this guy, right? We're waiting until we get everything off the parentheses before we do anything with it. What operation is between the 4 and the parentheses? Multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So we have x plus 3 equals what's 16 divided by 4? 4. Good. Now what do I have to do? Subtract the 3. So what's 4 minus 3? 1. Any questions? Okay. It's Friday. We should do some math with F words, right? Okay, F words, yes. Fractions. It's one of our favorite math F words, right? There's lots of math F words. Okay? All right, here's what I want you to think about. Don't touch what's in the parentheses. I want you to try to get it down to, I'll put the model back up there, try to get it down to at least this line. If you can't get it with the fraction part, at least get it to that line where I drew the arrow. Okay? All right. We might not get to it because we need to give the quiz. I'm going to give you a minute to work on it, and then we'll probably start with that one on Monday. Okay? I have a little bit of time. We only need 8 minutes. I got 2 more. I got 3 more. I'm going to give you about 45 seconds. The good news is I changed the problem. It was awful, even worse fraction was third period because I made a typo. Okay, no matter where you're at, I want you to stop and watch. Okay, because we got to give our weekly skills check quiz, so I got to keep moving. Okay, all right. I'm not touching this guy, right? I'm not trying to put anything in there. I'm not letting anything in the parentheses. What number am I moving first? 7. Right now, it's under which operation? It's under subtraction. How do I move it to the other side? Addition. Good. So we've got 3 times 1/2 plus x, or 1/2 x plus 5. Equals 12. Okay, I want to talk about this really quick. I did that really sloppy. You need to be really careful with your notation. Okay, I didn't even look because it scared me third period, okay? So if you did this, the x is not supposed to be in the denominator. You either can write it 1/2 x like that, or 1/2 with the x in the back, but it has to not look like it's in the denominator. And if you did this, we're going to have words. We don't do slashy fractions. Okay, no slashy fractions, because how do you tell where the x is? Okay, and when we have to start canceling things in the numerator and the denominator, slashy fractions don't work. Okay, so don't do these 2 things. All right, let's go back to the problem. I got down off my soapbox, okay? All right, I'm not touching the parentheses. What number moves next? 3. What do I have to do to move it? Divide, because right now it's under multiply. So 1/2 x plus 5 equals what's 12 divided by 3? 4. Okay? Now we're basically going to do the same thing again, aren't we? Because it's now another 2-step equation. All right, what number gets moved next? 5. How do I move the 5? Subtraction. So what's 4 minus 5? -1. All right. What type of operation is that symbol? It's division. Right? That's division. How do I move? What's the opposite of division to move that to the other side? Multiplication. If you need to show it, this is what it would look like. I wouldn't show it, but. All right, so x equals, these guys would cancel. What's -1 times 2? -2. Okay? We're going to keep working on it on Monday, I promise. Okay? What I need you to do now is clear off your entire desk. Okay? The only thing you need is your Chromebook. Okay? Or it's not pencil and paper. And you're going to go to Otis. You type in my.otis.com and it should come up. We're doing our quiz, right? Our little mini